Drag originated from Shakespeare, meaning dressed to resemble a girl. That's what drag means. And so impersonation is the highest form of flattery, and that's what we do.
What you want to know about drag kings? Are we cocky? Hell yeah. Do we look good? Hell yeah. Are we hot? Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the difference between female impersonators and drag queens?
I'm a drag queen.
Female impersonators strive as hard as they can to look like real women, whereas drag queens are the over-exaggerated, over-the-top.
Female impersonator.
Drag queen. Bullshit. You look like a woman. Shut up.
Female impersonator.
Drag queen. Tranny in denial. Drag queen.
They call me drag queen. Not in the grass. Like you saw my hair was 8 feet tall when I came in. That's a drag queen. Men love it.
A drag queen dresses in women's clothing, well, exaggerated versions of women's clothing for entertainment value.
More fabulous.
A transsexual is someone who was born one gender but feels that they should have been born the opposite gender and are in the processes of correcting that issue. Male entertainers, there's a little bit broader definition. That can be, a gay male who chooses to do onstage entertainment. It doesn't necessarily have to be stripping. Or it can be females that impersonate males as well. One big assumption a lot of people make is that all drag queens live their lives as women, which is definitely not the case.
Get your foot sliding.
I'm trying.
At the end of the day, they take all their makeup off and take their wigs off and throw them in the closet, hang their heels up.
Honestly.
Because men think you want to be a woman, and they're like, I will just date a girl.
That's the first thing they go,
That's a
oh, you're a
mistake.
drag queen, you want to be a woman. Wrong.
Yep, you're right. You know everything about me.
Wait, that's too far.
Don't stereotype us all together.
I am an exception to that rule because I do live my life as a woman, whereas drag queen is more of a career. One of the main reasons I do it is self-expression. I love being able to get up on stage and completely alter my look. Another reason I do it, being a transgendered individual, it's a little more difficult for me to find what most people consider a normal 9-to-5 job.
So I'll find a way, I'll make my own.
Since I started in this industry and decided that I wanted to live full time, I've gained a whole other level of confidence. I liked what I saw in the mirror. I saw a budding young woman. It's a wonderful feeling. It allows me to do things, in my daily life that I didn't used to feel comfortable doing if I wasn't done up properly. If you believe strongly enough in your head that you are portraying yourself a certain way, regardless as to what you may look like at the time, if you exude that confidence, other people will take note of that. When I go out and people don't notice is when I don't have any makeup on, when I haven't shaved in a day or two, when I've got on sweatpants and a t-shirt, I get ma'am this, ma'am that. Regardless as to what I may think I look like at the time, people are viewing me as a female in day-to-day life. In my eyes, gender is more confidence than it is a physical condition. It's not really something you can fix per se because there's nothing wrong with it.
Like, Tia is my drag mother, but Arabia Night Adams is my drag father, even though she's a drag queen. So there's all kinds of
Yeah,
things
you gotta
going
explain
on.
that. That don't make no sense.
Well,
that don't make no sense to nobody in the
we
straight
can't
community.
explain. It don't make
We gotta make sure they understand this.
A drag mother can definitely be as much of a part of your personal life as they can your professional life. most definitely a mentor in the art form of drag and or female impersonation.
Someone that you feel has the experience, knowledge, and energy to teach you about this business. Because this is a business.
And that you can relate
This is a business.
Has nice costumes, hair, jewelry, makeup of their own. Things that they're not borrowing from anyone. Most people don't pop out of the, onto the scene with, fully sequined and beaded evening gowns and rhinestones and feathers and, all that stuff.
Your drag father can be a biological male that does male entertainment that also happens to know something about female impersonation, or, in some rare cases, like with a couple of my kids, a drag father can be someone who just happens to be more experienced in the art form of female impersonation than you are. Like, for example, I've been doing this for 8 years now.
38 years.
Arabia, on the other hand,
It's the drag queen with the biggest dick is the daddy.
sometimes, yeah.
Okay, that's
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes that's the case.
When it comes to actual, biological males or male impersonators, it is kind of about balancing the feminine with the masculine a little bit. Offering a different input.
Pardon me.
Time check.
Pardon me.
Time for you to put some clothes on. That's what time it is. You two, y'all.
You'd want your drag children, and at least I do, to definitely achieve their own individual style on stage, but also to emulate you to some degree without being a carbon copy. Same with a biological parent and child. You want them to continue on your legacy, but not literally be exactly who you are. Drag mothers can be the closest thing some people know to biological mothers. A lot of people in the gay community are very ostracized by their biological families, and so they seek out someone to fill that void. Several of my kids have lived with me, be it because of bad biological home situations or just being in a bad living situation, period. My son, T-Money, yes, T-Money is a lesbian, but T-Money lives his life as Toya, a somewhat effeminate gay woman, wears makeup, likes wearing pretty clothes, sometimes doing her hair. And he's been on the receiving end of a lot of backlash. With a drag king, they assume that when you're not drag, that you're a really butch lesbian or live your life as a man. Even within the lesbian and MI community, they don't see it possible for him to portray a believable man on stage, being the woman, she is off.
She has showed me things outside the drag world. There's one time where I was here in Greensboro. And you're at Denny's? Do you know where Denny's is?
85 and Holden.
Okay, well, I'm with Deanie, the videotaper. I'll see you there. I love you too. Bye. She was like, I never want to see you again. She was like, all your stuff will be at Tia's house. I'm a human being, I have feelings. Can you at least tell me why? She's like, no. Tia has always been there for me. Outside of drag, she's just an amazing person. Whenever I need Tia, and if I call her and she answers her phone, she'll be there for me. And there's been so many situations where she had to say, look, Toya, look, calm down. Calm down, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. I actually am very, very lucky to have Tia in my life.
It's a show. It's a show.
I know, but tomorrow,
it's a show.
You know what I mean?
It's a show.
You got enough? You got some time.
Tomorrow. We got it for tomorrow.
But that's like the jacket I'm wearing. I'm just nervous about it. I have a nickname for her. I call her Baby Mama. It's kind of funny. She always comes out and supports me, at my shows when she can, and I always make sure, I give her props and a shout out, and I let everybody know, this is Tia Chanella. She actually helped the birth of T-Money.
I guess that dispels your fears. Wanna touch to and fro.
kind of like, you know, when a designer dresses a model and puts them out on the runway, and they get to sit back and be like, look what I designed. If you're a loyal entertainer, you always know where you came from and who helped you out and who started you out. Like, I'm not trying to say that, you know, a drag mother is gonna be there 100% of the time, because no mother, if they're a good mother, does that. But they're supposed to steer you in the right direction. I guess like a Google drag, I guess, what you'd say, like when you need to Google something for drag. I think because I lived in a house full of queens as it was, I just was really interested in why they did it. So I wanted to do it just to try to get the understanding. Because I was just like, why go through all of this? Why tuck your balls, you know what I mean, for like 10 hours and wear 7-layer pantyhose and go get couch pads to make hips out of, and why do you do all this? Why put weave bond on your head? Why pull your hair back? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just all for, I guess, you know, the art form, or, you know, just so they can be that other person, the other change that they want to be. It's fun to live in a different, I guess, in a different way, I guess you'd say. Just because from going to being a woman like I do, and then all of a sudden it takes me about 25 minutes to get into male drag, and I'm MI. For one, I have a pretty big chest size. It's pretty big, and to get it flat like I do, I put down an ace bandage first. Duct tape is my best friend. And then I put a sports bra over right here because I push up and it makes it look like I have pecs. And then I tape more, and then I throw a undershirt on over it. And the facial hair I cut from a wig, and I use glue stick. I know it's funny. A lot of the kings use spirit gum, but I just can't imagine having that on my skin because I'm trying to take care of my complexion as best as possible, and my skin already, like as it is kind of sensitive. So I just use a glue stick, and then I set it with a hairspray, and then I draw my eyebrows on, and I put my hair back in a bun, and I twist it up, and I pin it right here, and then I put a do-rag on and a hat, so you can't really see my hair. I guess a hat to me is like equal to a wig for a queen, pretty much. Hides my hair, makes me look a lot more masculine because it'll take away my longer forehead and make my forehead look like it sits lower. I feel like Spider-Man, you know? Like people like say you're like Spider-Man, you get to live like 2 different lives. I'm like a femme during the day, and then like at night I'm like some like thugged out man. You know, like why not? Kind of like Hannah Montana, I guess. Best of both worlds. I mean, you know, why not? Why not?
I told you. Man, I told y'all, man. I thought I was playing, though.
A couple ex-girlfriends ago, I was with a girl, and she just did not like me doing drag at all. She had a really big problem with it. And she was just like, I just can't picture you being a man. I'm like, I don't want to be a man. It's just the chance to be able to play that role and do it very well. The reason why anybody would go to do a musical, but in real life they wouldn't want to be like a crook or a robber or, you know, a murderer or any role that they're playing on stage. And she just had a problem with me, I guess, expressing myself in male form. I'm me, and I'm very, very happy that I'm me. When I started living life for myself, that is when I truly became happy.
Everyone is born, you are, and you are the XY and the XXY or the whatever chromosomes, and you know, you have so many and I have so many, and you have testosterone and I have estrogen, and we have a certain amount of it together, but I think that a lot of guys can't tap into that, and I can. Oh, you want to be a woman? Wrong. I enjoy my penis, and I have other
and so do other people.
Exactly, and so other people enjoy my penis too. I honestly think drag is about hiding your candy. If you got the candy, you need to hide it. If you don't, then personally, there's no theatrical value in it for me. When you walk out there and you've got boobs and you got a pussy, there's no reason, you might as well just have you, for example, going out there with a bunch of makeup on and doing what I'm doing. I've got a dick. I don't have any pump done. Jessica Jade is my idol. I would love to, let me go get a picture of her. This is Jessica Jade. If I could be like anybody in the drag world, it would be her. She emulates beauty and class, and just look at her. She just looks amazing. And Billy is such a great person to be around.
What's wrong with that? Because
why would you call it drag if that's the case?
Well, I mean, I have a pageant that is for real women.
That's different.
To
I'm
do
not talking
drag.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
talking about
but
women.
it is the same kind of thing.
And he's so funny. And Billy is one of those people that doesn't have any work done, that doesn't do drag as a job, that does drag as a hobby.
But I disagree with the
artistic
zero
value.
artistic value, because there is a really great entertainer in North Carolina who has had a full sex change, and I still think she's beautiful. Her costumes are still fabulous, and she has been places. She has been She has been somebody.
Look at that. Look at this woman. Look how good she looks. I mean, I don't think anybody would clock her from a distance. I mean, you get up close and be like, yeah, that's a man.
Where is the male going to female when it's just a
Well, it's
female
gonna go to
putting some
female
lipstick on?
so completely it can't go back to male.
I do agree with that. Drag is about entertainment.
Exactly.
The very first drag queen that I ever saw was Arabia. I love her. She is the Southern Black Barbie. I love her.
You're entertaining with boobs and a pussy, then you're entertaining with boobs and a pussy. I'm entertaining with my dick, honey. How you doing?
But the contrast between Jessica and Arabia is that Arabia is a post-op transsexual. Jessica is a 100% boy, just like me. That's what I really, really like about her, is that he is a man.
When a real girl who has had a sex change, when she gets up there, most people know, okay, she's a real female now. I think that represents a different part of our community that is really underrepresented.
I want to create this illusion with this body and not have any work done, but also do it as a habit. I mean, a hobby, not a habit, but to do it as a hobby.
I don't give a fuck about having pump in your face, because no matter who you are, where you're at, I mean, hell, the Jersey Shore girls or whatever, all them bitches have pump in their face. I don't have any pump, okay? I am 100% male, and everything that you see is shaded by makeup, and it's done by pads. And that's what I think drag is about.
And I can create an illusion by shaving my face and become that beautiful, you know, woman, but I can also let the beard grow out and be that sexy masculine man. So I think it's, like I said, I have an advantage because I'm a woman, because I'm a man.
Because she used to be a man completely.
Yeah, she used to be a complete man.
Now she's a complete woman.
I mean, in the past year or two, she's had a complete sex change.
She is a complete woman.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool that she comes out still for like US of A and stuff like that.
I have no desire to be a woman, but every desire to confuse you and to have that illusion about me because I am androgynous. Before you was a man here, and then was a woman there. And I think that the contrast between the two are just unremarkable. The contrast between the two are just unremarkable. Unremarkable. Unremarkable.
I think a good drag mother will not do everything for you.
Exactly.
She'll do a couple things for you and make you hell out the door.
Show you how to do it and then peace out and go, here's your makeup, here's
Push
your
you out
brushes,
of the nest.
have a good time
You can't
tonight.
cry, you're going to hit the ground.
If you can't paint your own face, you ain't got no reason to do drag.
Just put some lipstick on and go and look a mess.
And that's just how it is.
And, you know, Tia helped a lot when I was first starting out. It was just a process about becoming friends. And at one point I think I was like, you know, girl, paint my face. Girl, let's do this. And I think that's what makes her my mother, is that she helped me. She saved me, you know, she saved me from looking a mess and helped me learn how to paint my face and helped me learn how to take care of wigs and, you know, how to shade and create Bella.
But it's not the same quality of hair as this is. Does that matter?
But I can call Tia and be like, girl, I need to borrow this hair. I need to borrow this jewelry. And she's like, yeah, baby, yeah, I got you. Always, I got you. I want to be independent if I'm going to do drag, because I can't rely on Tia forever to do drag. If I want to be successful in it, I have to rely on myself and rely on my income and not her income and not her drag.
Probably one of the most memorable things to me that I can just think of off the top of my head is when my daughter Felicity was crowned Miss Trans Carolina, and there were several other entertainers in the pageant that were much more seasoned.
I think when Tia kind of stepped away from Fifi was when she got her first crown, and she was like, you know what, I'm really proud of you.
She had gotten to that level, that she could hold her own with the big dogs. I mean, how she's beaten me in a pageant. Some of my kids have been able to acquire bookings at clubs I haven't worked at yet, and to me, that's awesome that they've been able to get their foot in the door somewhere without me. Hey, my kids are becoming somebody. They're, becoming a threat, as far as, in this community. And it, in a sense, it humbles you as well. It definitely can be a humbling experience at times, but to me, it's just very, very inspirational. It makes you proud as a parent.
It's like a mom sending a kid off to kindergarten. It's like, it's like, you gotta go, you're good. You're good now, you can do it on your own.
You want someone there to continue on your legacy of entertainment. That person is taking time out of their life and their closet, and I definitely think you should be very appreciative.
I just you want to be an individual, but you also want people to know that, Tia has helped me.
It's taken me a long time to be like, I got this, I don't need your help. I've got my own makeup, I've got my own brushes, I've got my own drag, I've got my own pads, I've got my own boobs, I've got my own dresses and shit. I don't need you. I've got me. Thank you for all of your help, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, but I can do this without you. I am my own queen.
Brand new tonight, and there's no one in the world I'd rather be.
But it's better if they come to us because they know what they're getting into when they walk up to me and say, LaWanda, can I be your drag kid? I'm like, you know what you have to do. Never be late, always on time, don't fight, don't do drugs. If you're gonna drink, drink minimal. And be very professional, always on time, and try to look the best you can look at every booking. And I'm a stickler for that. They have the right to, like if someone calls and said, oh, I want a booking and I'm LaWanda's drag child, they'll go, oh, LaWanda Jackson? The club owners more than likely will book them sight unseen because of my work ethics and my longevity and my entertainment value and just my professionalism. They will more than likely open the door for them.
I met my drag mom, LaWanda Jackson, at the club at Warehouse 29 in Greensboro, North Carolina. I was with my biological mother. We were out and just having a girls' night out. I seen LaWanda perform and my mom thought she was amazing. I remember LaWanda and I having a conversation, her telling me I was really pretty. And I had seen LaWanda, I want to say a couple times following the October appearance that I had saw her. I had asked her if she'd be my drag mom, and she had said yes. I know that when LaWanda and I met, she noticed one thing about me, that I was really humble. I guess as time progresses and you get a little bit older, I mean, you kind of learn to weave your way through things, and when people tell you certain things, you kind of tell them how you feel. And I guess I've kind of gotten in that stage of my life where I feel like, well, if somebody tells me something that I just don't like, I'm going to express myself. And I know LaWanda doesn't particularly care about that, but LaWanda and I was having a discussion, and she was telling me about myself, as we like to call it in the drag world, getting read or reading. And I showed out at a club. I was out in the middle in front of everybody, and I didn't think to handle it ladylike, and I had a bit of an attitude. And I think LaWanda got a call at 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up out of her sleep. And she came down, and the first moment she saw me, I mean, I didn't know she knew, but I was like, hey, Ma, and she lit into me and just let me have it. And she was like, Miss Thing, your attitude, and I mean, she chewed me up and spat me out about it. And I was just like, oof. And I couldn't say anything. I mean, she was right. I mean, when you work in the entertainment business and you have a persona that you have to carry, being humble and being very clean about what you do and where you do it, it counts a lot, because the club owner will look at that. Your club owners are what make and break you. It's not just your fans. And she also told my drag brother, Devontae Jackson, that he needed to kind of help look out for me, because anything that I did not only rubbed off on her, but it rubbed off on him as well, because he also carries the Jackson name. I think the greatest benefit of being one of LaWanna's drag children is that you're always going to have someone that's real with you. Before I ever wanted to transition, I told LaWanda before I could ever tell my family. And even though my family already had known, I mean, to me, I didn't know they knew, but LaWanda was the one to help me be able to embrace them and tell them, look, I've lived all my life as this one person that y'all knew. It's time for me to be Rose. Rosalind Arwen is who I am, is who I want to be, and she kind of helped me grab that voice within myself and, you know, to be able to express that voice to my family.
Then I'm here to make sure that to cushion their fall. Before they even go to their parents, they come to me first. So I can cushion them, let them know it's okay. And it's going to be okay.
Drag is it's a major outlet. Even in my drag face, when I get out there, I feel beautiful. Can't nobody tell me I am not beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
And I know that's not correct English, but like I said, can't nobody tell me I'm not beautiful, because I feel beautiful. I feel like if I go out there and I've got a pretty smile on my face and I'm dancing and I'm going all kinds of crazy and cutting up and kicking walls and doing backflips and doing splits, I want them to look at me and I want them to say, well, wow, now she put on a show. That was exciting. I got tired watching her. After that, I don't think I want to see no other queen, because that was talent in rare form right there. I just get a big kick knowing that I made somebody else's day by doing what I feel that I do best, and that's drag. It helps me deal with my everyday stresses. When I go out there and I'm in drag and I'm all painted up, I will go out and I will look in the mirror and I will look at myself, and somebody will be talking to me and I hate it. I don't mean to be rude, but if you ever see me and I ever notice you, and I happen to notice a mirror and it's right behind you and I'm just looking in the mirror and just looking, trying to see my face and look at my hair and look at my earrings and my jewels and whatnot, please don't call me conceited, but I am. If you have to read me and call me conceited, please read me lightly, but I feel beautiful, so I feel wonderful, and once I get on the stage, my job is to try to make you feel wonderful. When I come off stage, I try to carry myself in such a manner that my fans want to be around me. They feel a positive energy come from me, and that's still part of my entertaining process. I really do love my fans because they accept me, flaws and all. I kind of relay a message to them every time I get on the stage. Love yourself. I've always been told that in order for someone else to love you, you have to love yourself. Well, I love me so much that I'm here. So I think that's what all of my pictures say. And I mean, my picture over here, I think it's a shot that says, I'm beautiful just like everyone else. I see myself in a really beautiful light, just like I would see any other female. My art, it expresses beauty, it expresses an inner peace. I remember when I was, what I used to like to say in my gender slang term, I was a little tranny. Always being told by my mother, never judge a book by its cover. Always read the first couple of pages. I really couldn't say that at the time I loved myself because I was still trying to find myself. But once I got through with my soul searching and I found a love within myself to accept myself, I started surrounding myself with people who loved me for who I was. If you're on a path to find yourself and you're soul searching, do everything that is possible to find yourself. If you make mistakes, it's not about the mistake, it's what you learn from that experience. And once you find yourself and you love yourself, the people that don't want you to be who you are because they can't accept themselves for who they are and they're just trying to strive to be something that someone else wants them to be, they won't matter. As long as you love yourself, you will never give up.
I seen LaWanda perform for the first time, and she performed Tina Turner live. And I just about melted.
Miss LaWanda Jackson live. Hi, everybody. I want you guys to know, Gastonia, thank you for having me. You are simply the best. Hi.
She looked like her, the muscle structure, and I was like, very professional. And LaWanda has been an inspiration to me in so many ways, even before I started drag. We kind of bonded off of my ex-girlfriend and the incident that happened with her.
First time at a bar like this? No? First time seeing a girl like me at a bar like this? Hell no. First time seeing a black girl as pretty as me at a bar like this? That's what I thought the answer was. I am what they call a transformer, okay? And for all you lesbians, I might not be tuna, but I'm a good motherfucking tuna helper, okay?
What ended up happening is I told my ex, this queen will get up on stage and get the mic, and she will call people up there, and she will make jokes about you all day long. It's all fun and games. If you don't want any part of that, please do not go up on the stage. I warned her. What does she do? LaWanda gets the mic, and she goes, anybody here for the first time?
So who is here for the first time?
My ex runs up there, walked up on stage and started mouthing off to LaWanda and started putting her finger in her face. LaWanda was like, don't get mad at me. And don't let the wig fool you. She's like, because I'm all man under here. I was like, okay, here we go.
Girl, what the hell's going on? Girl, you need a drink? You need some money? Give me some money so this bitch can start drinking, loosen up. Hell.
Well, my ex got mad and stormed out of the door. And, of course, I go behind her because we drove her car. She left me in the parking lot. So I had to call a friend to come get me and take me home, and needless to say, it was history shortly after that. You know, LaWanda set off a good vibe for me, and, you know, I knew I wanted to be a part of her somehow, or attached to her somehow. That's how much, you know, she meant to me, and just taking the time to sit down and talk to me, to get to know me, and me getting to know her.
When I pick someone to wear the last name or say they're connected with me, that it's a legacy. So it means a lot. Sometimes words, you can't express in words because it's a feeling you get, a warm feeling like when you drink hot cocoa in the middle of a snowstorm or in a cold. It's a sense of warmth, especially in my heart, in my soul. I have a sense of purpose to see that my children leave a legacy, and that after I'm gone from this earth, that we leave a mark in society, no matter which genre we're in the gay community, that we're productive, progressive, innovative, motivative for the time that we have in the areas that we're in the community, like MI, transgendered, lesbian, bisexual, even the heterosexual people take us on sometimes. So I'm hoping that when I'm gone and that my life is over, that they will say, wow, I had the honor to be LaWanda's drag child. That means a lot to me, a lot, yeah.
Beginning at 10:30 and featuring entertainment by Zoe and T-Money as well.
I just hope that that the fulfillment that they've given me, that if they only knew how much they've touched me in my lifetime, I don't think they understand. Even though I'm there for them, they're there for me too. They've been so supportive, and you know, I'm reaching 50, and you know, my career's half over, so I look for them for strength, and they look for me for guidance, but I look for them for the same thing, more than they know. Sometimes words can't express how a person affects your life. You know, I'm just hoping that they're touched as much as I am.
I look at LaWanda as my real mother. I have a biological mother. She is not affectionate, my biological mother. LaWanda's not like that. She's like a real mother. She shows me love. She's concerned. She's the disciplinary. Although she don't spank me per se, you know, she will tell me.
Try to instill in your siblings a sense of self and self-worth, because they may not have gotten it at home or from their biological parents. So you're their role model. So try to give them your undivided attention. Try to stay structured with them and give them some kind of format so they can have something to live off of and have a purpose while they're in the world. Because you know, this world can be very cruel.
I just think that LaWanda took a part of me when I saw her, you know, and made me feel that's what I want to be like. When I get on stage, I want people to look at me as being the professional, as a good entertainer, as, wow, what am I gonna see next? You cannot even imagine until you're out there and you're looking at people and all eyes are on you. And they're looking in like excitement, like what are they gonna do next? And then, you know, it's like when you give it to them, they're like, wow. And that's all they can say. And that's like the most heartfelt feeling. It's like I melt right there on stage, like they're loving this. The cheers, the clapping, the woo, that all inspires me, and it touches my heart to know that I have somebody out there that likes what I'm doing and they can feel it. It ultimately makes me feel good. I think the world revolves around entertaining, and people just love to see different people that are willing to get up and share their talent. You know, how somebody say they're gonna do something and then they really don't do it, they don't follow through. That was me, until I realized this is my chance to do something that I really love doing. I do it for my entertainment, for my purposes, because like I said, I love to perform. I love to get out and interact with other people using music. Music is my life. Usually after I perform, I go out and I talk to people. Most of the time I get, you were awesome. So it was like for a minute there, I had no worries. For a minute there, I just lost sight of everything that I've ever been through this week. And it kind of frees them up. Sorry, that's my phone. And it's my drag mom. Hey, Mama. Getting ready for a show. She improved my performance in a lot of ways. Recently, she's come across some of the things that I do as far as getting ready. She has said, you know, there's a better way than putting the duct tape on and bruising yourself. The new idea that she actually gave me was to go and get a what is called a bustier. It takes this part down, and then you take it to a seamstress, and you get them to match the color of your skin and put straps on it to hold it in place instead of using the duct tape. I love my wife, who supports me 110%.
It's fantastic. I adore her when she's a girl and when she's a drag king. She's an awesome entertainer. And it makes her very, very happy, which it's my role to make her happy.
She is my backbone when it comes to performance. She's there to put my face on. She's there to tape me. Yes.
Ain't nothing going on in there. It ain't.
She's there to do whatever I need her to do. And I'm grateful that I have her, you know, in my life. You know, Devontae wouldn't exist without her. Even when I get on her nerves, she'll tell me, you're going to do it yourself in a minute if you don't come on. But I know ultimately she's going to be there. Oh, God's heaven. I come out and I see her standing there, and I just know everything's going to be okay. And I just relax and I'm myself. I think that a lot of people in relationships need to understand when you're on stage and you're interacting with other people, it's a business. So you have to give the people that are tipping you what they want to see. That's why they're tipping you. A lot of relationships, their partners have a problem with that. No one still can understand how my wife, as they say, allows me to get up there and grind on somebody and be okay with that. People that are performers, most of the performers don't have a partner for that simple reason. Because people don't know how to accept the business part of performing versus the relationship that they have. Now there are some people that can understand, my wife being one of them. You know, she'll look at a person and have no problem saying, it's a business, make that money. Some people look at it as the wrong way to live, and it puts me in the mind of them judging me, and I don't like people judging anybody, for that matter. They're not comfortable with who they are. They're not subject to change. They don't like change. I am not at all uncomfortable in my body and as who I am. I love who I am. But I just feel like one person out of every place that I go, every time I go, is going to see me and see God in me somehow. He uses me as that male illusion to say, hey, you know, here's a different aspect of me. And I think that through me, God has portrayed an image.
So for our first time performing together as mother and son, please put your hands together for Devontae and LaWanda Jackson. Yeah.
To be on stage with my mom, the one I've called my mom for almost 4 years now in drag world. I loved every minute of it. All that she's done for me to help me, how she took me under her wing, inspired me from the get-go, gave me the chance to talk to her again after what had happened. Most people wouldn't do that.
But I welled up because it was just, I was so flattered that he picked me instead of all the other moms he could have picked. He chose me under the circumstances, which could have went another direction, but it didn't. So I'm very honored and flattered. So it meant a lot to me, and it still does. Every time I see him, it's like, Mama!
A lot of the female impersonators that have made it to the level that she's on would not even consider putting somebody on stage with them.
When you perform with your drag parents, you know, like when you first see a child ride a bike for the first time, or you watch them swim, it's like that. You know, they got it. They know what to do, how to do it, when not to do it, and when to pull back. You know, because we all want to be in the spotlight, but the spotlight is big enough for everybody, so they got it. And that, to me, that's what Devontae will learn from this. So when he does duets again, he'll know duets are to enhance, not overshadow.
When she was standing over in front of the fan and I looked over at her, that took a lot not to cry then, because I could tell she was like an angel that's always been by my side. Even the Devontae, son, don't do that, to son, I love you. You know, call me tomorrow. Call me when you get home and let me know that you made it.
I think that moment was like spiritual, like our DNA bonding moment. Even though we're not linked genetically, I just think spiritually, and that was our bonding moment. To me, that was mine.
The love of her being there that night, I could feel it. I could tell this is a true mother. It just, you know, it took everything within me not to show that one tear, but they were there, especially at the end when she hugged me. It really felt like a mother's love. And again, that's something that I didn't have growing up.
You know, we laid on the floor and he sat by me and he put his head on my shoulder. That lets me know that is my son, and he's gonna be my son for the rest of my life.
When he came to me 3 years ago and asked me, I said, oh shit, here we go. And I hope that I helped him in his life become who he is. He's got a great future ahead of him, and to keep the legacy going in the community, especially for the lesbian women, that I'm very proud to say this is my son. I'm very, very proud. Very proud. I just start booing.
They say, LaWanda, you're so into what you're doing. I think to myself, oh yeah, I'm tired from traveling. I'm jet lagged from flying. I haven't had much rest. But when I hit that stage and I see those people's faces and they light up with this like beaming, I say they're lighting up because I'm LaWanda Jackson. And so they came to see me. So here we go.
When I do that. But wait, hang on, let me drop it. Ow. Thanks, baby.
When I hit the stage, I just think to myself, God, I chose something that I wanted to do. I picked something that people laughed at me and said that I couldn't do, and I made a career out of it, a stellar career out of it. I am so lucky. And then I look back at them to think, when they go home, they're going to say, I just saw this female impersonator do, you know, one of my acts. So maybe that subconsciously I opened their mind up. Like last night, I picked a redneck guy out of the audience.
You are straight, and you're a Warehouse 29. I said straight. Make some noise, straight. That sounded very gay. I said straight. If you are straight, heterosexual male, and you're a Warehouse 29, make some noise. Ain't no trade in the house tonight? Oh shit, one motherfucking redneck in the whole goddamn club. Come here, Bubba. Come here, Bubba. Oh, it's gonna be some shit tonight. You are straight?
Yes.
What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, and what do you do for a living?
I sell furniture.
Oh, you sell furniture. Hang on, Michael, I gotta look, you know, shit, go check the goods out.
He was straight as a board.
Have you ever been this close to a black girl like me before?
No.
That's what I thought, motherfucker. Let me show you the goods. Now, Michael, grab my leg and pull me to the wall this way. Oh, fuck me, motherfucker, fuck me! Okay, Michael, wait! That little redneck shit gonna go hand in your bastard.
But he had the time of his life, which lets me know he may meet somebody one day that may be gay or transgendered or a lesbian, and he'll be more open-minded to take them in or shake their hand or hug them now because of what happened last night. So I changed his life. Yeah, so every stage performance is life-changing to me. But they touch my lives as well.
You are amazing.
A sense of purpose to me is so fabulous. It's such a fabulous feeling. It's like words can't describe. The applause, the tips are great, but it's the applause and the screaming, the noise. That to me just sends me to the sky. You know, I always tell my age, just to let people know that you could have a career in longevity if you take care of yourself early on and do the right things and don't get caught up in the drug scene and the alcohol, that there's longevity to it.
I want y'all to know this January I turned 50 years old. Can you believe that? 50 years old. I never thought I'd see 50, so I met this guy the other night. He said, LaWanda, you sure are fine. I said, how old are you? He said, 22. I said, let's see how many times 22 can go into 50.
And my success to longevity in the field that I try to instill to my children, have patience, because the longevity pays off over the long term. Oh, LaWanda was so good 10 years ago. No. You have to be only as good as your last booking. How lucky I've been to have a career like I've had, and how blessed I am to have my biological family upbringing, because the way I was brought up is the way I'm bringing up my gay siblings. So I'm hoping as my legacy continues through them, that they will bring, when their siblings come, that they will instill to them the same kind of hand that I was given. It's like a comforting nest. And I'm hoping that it will continue through and on after I'm dead and gone. But I get emotional because I think of my mom and my grandmother and my sister and my biological siblings that have to deal with their brother being gay and being a world-class female impersonator. That's not easy. I'm hoping that when my life is over, that if I go before them, that they say it was all worth it, because it was so worth it to me. Every fight was worth it. And every fight that's gonna come is worth it. The doctor told me I had 1 T-cell, I should be dead. And now I'm, undetected for 10 years now, never had any health problems. I was honored that I went and took care of myself early on. That's why I'm still here. I was supposed to have been gone years ago, dead and gone. And I say, why am I here? And then I get a phone call from Coco and Rayshawn and from Devontae and, from my biological mom and my sisters as well, sister and brothers, that I'm here for a reason. Now, what that reason is, sometimes we can't explain. Or what that divine intervention is, we don't know. But whatever it is, I am blessed to be living and doing and being able to see the things I've seen throughout my 30-year career. Travel the world. I'm so blessed, and I'm still here. So whatever it is, I don't really know. I can't answer that. I don't know what it is. But when it's over, I can say, I had a good time and I had a good round and a good try at it. Yes! That's a full circle snap, yeah.
LaWanda Jackson.
How you doing? All right. I don't have a drag mom or a drag dad per se. I just got a bunch of drag brothers. We all hang out down here, talk, and give each other ideas, things like that. Like, there's two helping each other out with facial hair. All right, just all the time.
I personally am like the drag orphan. I've never had a drag mother. I've definitely had people that I've looked up to, and I have had people that have helped me along the way. I didn't really feel like I looked up to anybody so much that I wanted to take their name and use it to market myself. I wanted to kind of create my own name. I created the name Kelly Powers, and I just went with it. And granted, I didn't go as far as some of these girls, but I definitely have my own spot. But you don't have like that same group that you can rely on to, help you and watch you and critique you. I've got people that will help me, but I mean, they're not necessarily in the same caliber. So, I may think that I'm looking good, but I'm really looking booger. The advantages are that I do have more freedom to do whatever I want. I didn't want to just be known as a drag queen because I don't have any work done. I felt like if I did stay as a drag queen, I was going to eventually go and I need to get this. I'm like, well, I'm a pretty guy. I'm sure that I can market that some way too. I don't need to stay being like a woman and, hiding behind all this makeup. I mean, I can come out and be a boy too. I, went and started stripping and I learned, I am a pretty man. I do have a lot of features that are going on for me. I was able to get comfortable with that and get comfortable with the fact that I'm a beautiful person. I'm not just, Joe Schmo. I am somebody. And even if you and you and you, if all these people don't think it, it doesn't matter, because if they don't think it, I've still got 5 others that do. And regardless, I got this confidence in me. I learned how to talk to people without using the girl voice, and I learned how to not queen out, and how to act like a guy. Like how to approach people as a man, how to approach people as a sexy man, and to like hold my body. I'd go and I'd watch the other strippers and watch how they hunch their shoulders over, and they try to look like more like a dude, than as like this woman. I mean, I went there and I learned how, how they do things, how they are in the backstage, how they get ready, how to do things and be comfortable with them as a boy, and not having to wear like everything that I had to wear, because I mean, pretty much when you're in drag, you're not the same person. You're creating this character, and it's the same with any entertainment thing, but you're creating a character, so when you put all this on, I'm no longer Kelly Sutliff, I'm now Kelly Powers, and You know, I have to go and portray myself as Kelly Powers. I have to keep my shoulders back and my chest forward and walk with the sway. You know, it all comes naturally once you put it all on after you've been doing it forever, but you know, it's just getting comfortable with being on stage and not having all of that. Before I started stripping, I was, you know, I didn't know how to dress. You know, I just wasn't comfortable. Like I don't know, I dressed like very preppy, and you know, I never tried to take an edge on any of my clothes. I mean, seeing me in a pair of khakis and like a cable knit sweater was not uncommon. And I mean, you wouldn't catch me dead in that sweater now. That thing has been thrown out. Like, you know, when I'm just going out, finding things that fit my form and carrying myself in a way that people will, you know, look up to me and respect me, you know, that I'm not here to be walked over, you know, I am a man. I am here, and if you mess with me, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'll crack your teeth, you know. I mean, just, I guess kind of respect, I guess, to be the best thing. You know, I learned how to portray myself in a respectful way. I got to get more comfortable with myself as a boy, and then I created these numbers that, you know, people, some bars looked down on it when I came out in drag and I stripped down completely out of drag into a boy. And I mean, at the lesbian bar when I did it, at Time Out Saloon that I love, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy when I was taking everything off, like, what is he doing, you know, or what is she doing? And then once I got down to it and they realized that I was gonna strip, I mean, honey, a male stripper never went over so well in a lesbian bar. They loved it, you know, they loved it, and that's one of the things I like about that bar is that they do like the originality, you know, they're not set within the same confines. And everybody has this idea in their mind that when you go out on stage as a drag queen, you are a woman, and you do not do anything that is not feminine, and stripping out of drag on stage into a boy is definitely not feminine. I mean, if I had a drag family, I don't think I could do that because that is looked down on here.
Did you like seeing my titties? Yeah! I liked it.
Yes, if you're gonna get involved in it, or if you're gonna be like within a family, you just need to recognize that, you know, you are still your own person. You know, you're part of this collective, but you are still your own person, and you've got to stay true to that. You've got to remember that whatever you do is gonna affect you first. If you're gonna go and get boobs, you know, I mean, have you gotten your hips done? Have you gotten your face done? You know, you gotta think stuff out, because I mean, you don't wanna have boobs and not have like electrolysis. I mean, then you're gonna be shaving your titties, and that's not pretty. You know, I mean, you gotta think stuff out, be smart about it, and don't do anything that's permanent until you've done it a few times non-permanently. So that way you know what you're gonna get into. I mean, you know, when you get involved with a family, you know, you're in a group, and you should listen to what they're going to say, but you should also pick out things that you feel like are going to be right for you. Just because you've got 7 people that you trust that are telling you, yeah, you should do it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be right, because a lot of times they're telling you should do it because it will progress your career, but you have to think, you got to live your life too. You know, your career is not necessarily who you are.
I think here in Greensboro, we exude sisterhood like not many other places do.
True.
We all help each other when it comes to pageantry. There's somebody that someone will go to in our community for hair. There's somebody someone will go to for music. And if you're smart, you'll learn a skill so that you have something that you can bring to the table.
That other people want.
Mickey doesn't have any skills, but apparently he's a really good lay.
You can't force a person to think a way about you. You can't force a person to be there. You can't force a person to like you. They're going to do it on their own will. And if you live your life for you, and if you're proud of what you do and they're proud of, you know, the way you live, then they'll be there.
We're all here for a purpose. Spiritually, we're all linked, and Tommy Ross taught me that we all have self-worth, even though the other people around us may not see it, that we're all worth something. The world is linked of a DNA link, and we're part of that chain. Even though someone may not tell you that, or someone may not blow your head up and tell you you're gonna be this and be that, you have to believe within yourself that you can do it, and you can do it. Just listen to your inner self, because your inner self won't steer you wrong.